Welcome to another rather abstract video, because there really isn't much I can say about many things these days. Each week I go to this place and take a look around, and each week, while I don't exactly expect improvements, I am left disappointed every single time. But I digress. This video is not to cover the nonsense that goes on in the minds of the Pearl Abyss overlords. No. This video is to cover a warrior combo, or combos, so to say, that I find to be intuitive, beginner friendly, and basically the most efficient way to kill anybody, given same renown score and gear score, save 5 or so difference in numbers. What this combo really requires of you is your patience and your ability to adapt to any incoming situation or failed CC. If you cannot properly react in the given time frame, which is already rather lenient, then I would suggest you reconsider this class, because you can't do acceptable PvP with a warrior unless you have that reaction time. This combo has been tested to survive past the 60 FPS input patch that was rolled out early, and of course recalled because obviously the horrible thing was never even quality checked and assured. So rest easy, even if the patch rolls out, this combo will stay viable. This combo starts off simple. You need to land a grapple. However, next is where you really understand why things have to go in order so that the maximum amount of damage is applied correctly. First off, ensure that your block buff is active and will carry on for the duration of the combo. This can be done the moment you finish grappling by swapping back to greatsword form. This buff is very important to you because it applies 26 AP, which, while it is not sheet AP, it is AP that is applied directly to your damage. After ensuring that your block buff has refreshed, you can go on to Armor Break, which is essential for any combo because it reduces the opponent's DP by an astonishing 30 DP. This can mean the difference between a KO or a Sloppy Joe. Next up is Solar Flare. While it might sound simple enough, there are actually numerous reasons that you will use it directly after Armor Break. First off, you must understand that while the enemy is on the ground, their CC counter is immune to any stiffness procs, meaning that Armor Break has not applied in the 2.0 CC limit at all. As of right now, the counter is at 1.0 because Grapple applied the bound effect. Solar Flare is here to ensure that even if your attack speed is lowered by a whopping 50%, this combo will still ensure your safety because it applies the stiffen very quickly. By pairing it up with Armor Break, you can apply 2 chances at stiffen should your attack speed be reduced too low. This is essentially a failsafe. Onto the main appeal of Solar Flare, we have the add-ons and dots. Any competent warrior will choose 10% attack speed bonus add-on for Solar Flare, so I don't think I have to go in depth as to why you should proc it. The second add-on is completely preference based and should be whatever your fighting style needs. As for the dots, they completely decimate the power of the opponent's healing while being comboed and will boost your DPS. The final reason is the simple transition to Overwhelm. Quite honestly, Overwhelm was a flow that was made to complement Solar Flare, not to be used alone. By having an easy transition period and bonus attack speed, Overwhelm will proc much faster. And what comes next, you ask? The skill, of course, is Overwhelm. I hope I haven't overwhelmed you at this point of the video. There are two reasons for using this skill besides being a flow that transitions easily from Solar Flare. First off is a 10% bonus down attack damage that you will definitely want to clinch the kill with. Secondly is the float, which if procced will be your final CC whether or not you have stiffened the enemy beforehand. Straight after Overwhelm though is a special skill I like to fit in, Knee Kick. This will apply the same amount of damage as Balance Strike, as well as applying a 20% attack speed and casting speed debuff. This skill is a healthy bit of damage and debuffing that ensures your opponent's actions are slower should you fail to secure the appropriate CCs. The special way to use this skill though is to make sure you use it directly after Overwhelm. I simply press F to activate it the moment Overwhelm activates. This lets Knee Kick hide its animation inside Overwhelm, so you do not actually have to ever see the Knee Kick animation at all. If you do, then you are using the skill incorrectly. Going forward, you can choose to skip this part, but I highly recommend you learn to use Knee Kick like this. Overwhelm with or without Knee Kick will have you transition to the next skill, Reckless Blow. Reckless Blow is the very thing that makes a warrior whole. It is a big damage dealer that closes the deal on whether or not you live or die. It's quite a reckless move if you use it as an opener, but it'll deal a heavy blow to the enemy's HP in this combo. What this Reckless Blow's damage is, though, is the culmination of everything you have prepared for this moment. The 26 AP block buff, the 30 DP debuff, and the 10% bonus down attack damage modifier. It is in this moment where you must react quickly depending on how much you understand your damage output. You can fully commit to KOing your enemy by clinching the remnants of their HP, or you can escape and make a simple retreat very quickly with your Charging Thrust. First, you have to decide if your FPS can support Ankle Break, and if it can be applied instantly after Reckless Blow. You have to understand that the only way Ankle Break is viable is if you only see the animation of it for a split second. If you see Reckless Blow and then transition to Ankle Break, and your Ankle Break doesn't go on as smoothly as you'd want it to go, you shouldn't try using Ankle Break at all. Instead, you should transition to your safest and basically highest damage dealing move, Slashing the Dead. Slashing the Dead is a very difficult move to grasp. Any frame loss will make it deal less damage than it should. However, in most scenarios, this is the second big damage dealer to your enemy. The main appeal is how fast these hits are applied and how easily transitional this move is due to its nature as a flow. Understand that when you do this, you will be technically behind your enemy so they are unable to properly stand up and grapple you if your opponent is a grapple class. After this move though is the true challenge. If you are confident enough to sealing the deal, swap into sword and shield form the moment you finish Slashing the Dead and aim both hits of shield charge at the enemy. Cancel immediately with either forward slash or chopping kick into a ground smash. This should deal enough damage to kill any opponent within your renown score range. However, this means that you have fully committed to wiping the enemy's HP pool, and if you do not have the reaction speed, ping, and FPS to get away, this will actually be where you die instead, should you have failed in securing your kill. The next option is to dash away one tick, and then a Gravedigger right after Slashing the Dead. This is safer and more secure because this method will let you apply your Gravedigger debuff on them as they attempt to stand back up while being outside of their range. While this will not do as much damage, this will secure your safety better than the committed damage output given before. Well, honestly, I didn't really expect to go too in-depth in this specific combo. I had planned on doing another one of these kinds of videos, but with basically nothing in the patch notes, it kind of gets tiring to keep up with this game. Anyways, this combo is the one I use for all general purposes and achieves its purpose rather smoothly, so I thought it'd be best for me to confirm that it survives the 60 FPS input if it ever reaches our game again, before actually putting out a combo video. This combo can be woven differently in any style that you wish to do so, as many skills can be applied in a different order if you know how the CC system works. This specific combo and order is the order that I do best with, so I thought I'd share it with everyone. I hope they really touch up warriors again someday and make them into something that can resemble their glorious past. Well, with that, I hope you all enjoyed this video that I put together. If I have the time to update the guide, I'll do so if there are any major changes. Any specific questions can be directed to either my Discord or the Warrior Discord listed below, so feel free to ask away. Also, I'm in the tournament for the silly BDO esports thing, so tune in whenever I fight. I won't promise anything exciting, but I do appreciate your support. Perhaps I'll stream a little later on in this week too. But with the Vanguards on. Anyways, hope this has helped you all, and thank you for watching.